I'm going to tell you a story that you probably don't know about, but you may have listened to passively during your tram ride, through a friend, a relative, acquaintance, or even you have experienced by yourself while moving around through this infinite space. It's very important that you pay attention and listen carefully, because this is a long story and it's only told by my neighbors. It's in danger of being forgotten, and you know they always prefer that we forget. So let me take a few minutes of your time to talk you through something for which there isn't any evidence that it occurred. I sometimes find myself doubting if all of this is not the result of my imagination, but then I remember the noise of the ambulances. This story begins, like every story, at a place. This place is a bridge located in my neighborhood, La Salud, popularly known among those of us who live here as El Puente de los Locos. I have crossed this bridge countless times as the fastest way to go to the center. However, something that has always interested me since I live here is its relation with time. Every bridge represents the mediation of one space over another, an idea of progress, of change, of transition. But this is, for me, a great steel border that limits our body but not our mind, not our discomfort. On this bridge, before it was fenced off, many people have put an end to their lives. But, as I have already mentioned, there is hardly any record of what happened. It's not just a bridge for me, it's the space that mediates with everything. This above and this below. The saints and the insanes, the communities suspended on the mountain and the communities submerged in the ravine, the living, the dead, those who look from the inside and those who look at us from the outside. It mediates with everything, and at the same time, it separates us and places us in one position or another. It marks us. And once marked, we don't know how to escape that definition. There were many times I asked myself, why a bridge? Why commit suicide on a bridge? I couldn't stop thinking there was some poetry in that choice, a break in a flow, a rewind in the time. The bridge ceased to be a linear path to become cyclical, a limbo. Can we talk then about the choice of your death, not only as a deliberate decision that defines you as a subject, but also, perhaps, as a political issue? I really don't know. I also think that there is an aesthetic issue in this matter because if it wasn't, why would someone decide to end their life at the ocean if it isn't to feed a romantic impulse? To fade away. When I passed by to go to the center of the city and look it down, I couldn't avoid imagining the little bodies falling into the void, straight as pins, tiny like little ants. I feel cynical confessing it, but I guess that we are all cynicals when it comes to a place where death exists, but body don't. I once read that someone asked who will stop their step to avoid the death of an ant. And that if we were aware of all the ants that are on the ground, we wouldn't do a single step. After all, things look different depending on the point of view from where you are looking. A person can become an ant depending on how high up their observer is. Because there is always an observer, yes. And no one cries for a clean death, a bloodless death. Ants don't bleed. Or at least we can see it from here. Sometimes the issue is not to say, but to talk about it. How many stories in your head are perfectly drawn despite never having experienced them first person? This one stand continues to fester is because, among other reasons, we have never been able to tell what has happened to us. And because they haven't given us a voice, or no one is left alive to give the other version of the history. This is what I'm afraid will happen again. After all, it's very difficult not to repeat something that has never been learned. It's what we've been doing all the time, failing. To repeat, more or less transformed, a history before us. That's why you're here, to be my witness. From now, the responsibility is yours. The responsibility of being aware of what is forgotten and what is remembered, of what is told and what is silenced. I wonder how many things will change if we simply change our point of view. Perhaps we'll be able to recognize pain we had not seen before. Perhaps we will be able to see ourselves on top of all the severed heads we left behind, while feeling the pressure exerted on our necks by those above us. Perhaps we are all always heading for the same thing. Or when this is over, if someday this is over, we will remember with a warm nostalgia the pressure exerted on our bodies. I don't know why, but we always remember with tenderness any reality that we feel outside of, no matter how horrible it may be. We feel far away. We underestimated it as if it could never happen again. On the other hand, when the reality is on our presence, it seems to have another impact. Whether it's survival instinct or what we see, we become numb. Can we calculate a kind of pain that is repeated over and over again? In fact, can we come to feel a wound that exists even before us? I don't think we could. The broken can be invisible if it becomes permanent.